Hi, this is Bob Weiss. I'm the host of Shaking Your World. Cheers.
Folks, welcome home. Yet another episode of Flash in the Pan. We have Jaclyn back in the kitchen with us today.
Hey guys.
We're doing a couple of things that will brighten up your mood and attitude a little bit, get us away from the doldrums of deep December and the holidays. We're going to do a scorched conch. Now, we've done conch before. There's many iterations of that, and yes, it is conch, C-O-N-K, not conch. The Italians do scungili, which is a variation on this that we're not going to get into.
Cool.
We're also not going to do this as a conch salad. We're just going to do this as a scorched conch that you would find in Nassau, Bahamas, for example. And that's where these lovely conch are from. So we're using, what is a conch, you might ask? What is a conch?
I don't know what a conch is.
Something that Jaclyn has not had, if you can imagine that for a foodie. This is a conch. And it comes this big-ass shell like this. And if you call movies like the 1950s where there's a guy in a dugout canoe or something, he would reach down and pick up the shell and he'd blow into a ooh kind of a thing. That is a conch shell. And the type of conch is a queen conch. The shell itself has got this beautiful striations of pink and gold, and they're just beautiful shells. And this is what the meat looks like inside of it, which is considered to be an aphrodisiac, of course, which goes along with something we'll maybe do for Valentine's Day. But I love this thing, and it is so incredibly easy to work with and so fun, and people don't, northern people don't appreciate how good this is. And it's just fun to play with. Go ahead, play with that.
Wow.
We're palpating the conch now. So
Very dense.
there are dents. We're just going to take a couple of pieces like this. I'll grab a knife, you'll grab a knife, pick your weapon, and we're just going to cut this first lengthwise.
Okay.
And conch in the upper portion of the U.S., you might find it differently in Florida, is frozen. So you slack this, you thaw this, and do it slowly, let it sit for a day or something in a cool place like your refrigerator. And it's easy to work with. And then we're going to cube it.
Cut it pretty thin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's this easy.
Yeah, it's easy to cut. It doesn't slip too much, which I appreciate.
Yeah, you look at this and you think it's going to be like rubber, and then you think that because you go to some restaurants and literally what you get, just like with alligator or something else, it's all protein, and they don't prepare it right, and it is like chewing on latex. So we're not doing that.
I can see how that could happen if you didn't know what you were doing.
Absolutely. So let's take our bench knife now and scrape this up and just toss it into our mixing bowl.
Just kind of.
Yep, we use our hands here at Shakers because that's why God gave them to us. So we got this. We can nestle that up there for a moment. We're going to take a bell pepper, and there's a variety of ways to do this. You know how to take down a bell pepper.
Okay. How thin am I cutting this?
Oh, it's going to get relatively thin because you want to get maximum flavor. You don't have to do the whole thing. That's probably enough.
Okay.
And we're going to work our way around the ribs. So cut out the ribs
Got
first.
it. Okay.
While Jaclyn's doing that, I'm going to take a Serrano chili, and you can use a variety of different chili peppers. I really prefer Scotch bonnets when they're in season. At the moment, we have habaneros and Scotch bonnets, and between the two, that will pretty well mimic the flavors of the Scotch bonnets. So we're not looking for heat necessarily, we're looking for just a really full-bodied flavor and a little bit of a zing to go along with that. Classic habanero, nice, firm, good complexion. If you get one that's soft, toss it on the side. You don't want to use that. So I'm just going to squish that a little bit, and then I'm just going to slice right into it. Now, we often recommend that people who aren't accustomed to doing hot chilies is to take a glove on first, because you don't want to stick your finger in your eye or other orifices after touching these guys. It can be quite the experience.
Cube these?
Yes, please. So, I'm just going to take my chilies, toss them right on top of our conch. Just like that.
Conch.
Conch. It's a fun word, isn't it?
It is.
Why not?
Why not?
Not that scungili is not, but it's a fun word.
All right. A little more?
A touch more.
Okay.
While Jaclyn's working her way through that, I'm going to take these limes and always soften them up first. Freeze the fibers, gives you more juice to play with. And we talked about this before. It is wintertime in the north. Our limes are not as perfect looking as you might want, but they're still full of lovely juice, and that's what we're going for, is the juice.
All right. There we are.
Lovely.
Okay.
Now in the same container, I'm going to do the lime, and while I'm doing that, Jaclyn's going to give us about the same amount of onion as she did with that pepper. If I squirt you, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Comes with the territory.
No hazmat suit required. So, all right, so 1 1/2. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. All right. A little bit more.
And just because I want a little more complexity with this, it's the acid that cooks this. So the entire process here is just like we're doing a ceviche. It's a cold cure process, and the cold cure takes place with the acids and a little bit with the chili as well. So we're doing this as a scorched, Bahamian scorched conch. And people ask, where does the word scorch come from if there's no heat? Well, there's a couple thoughts on this. One is the mere process that we're cutting this down. If this were firmer, as in not fresh, you could still use it. You'd have to beat this, though, with the back side of your knife to tenderize it. And by doing that, you're scoring it a bit. But in my mind, it really comes, the name scorch comes from the fact that we use chili peppers in here that by themselves are rather hot. So there's a bench knife if you want to use that.
Cool. I will.
Perfect. And we have 2 limes in there. We're going to take a lemon now.
Okay.
And take that little nubby off. It's going to work better in the press. And squeeze 1/2 of a lemon in there. If you want to use something like a blood orange or just a regular orange, that's certainly fine as well. They all have different flavor potentials, and it just works together so nicely. You want to salt and pepper this, go ahead, but this is the way I've always had it in the Bahamas. And there is a place in Nassau, it's called the Roundhouse Restaurant, which does extraordinary conch. So it's not just scorched conch, which you can find at any boat, any landing, anywhere in the Bahamas, but at this restaurant. I actually went there 4 times before they let me in the kitchen and gave me their secret. But conch fritters, conch cakes are phenomenal. And again, something you just generally don't find up here. And we'll save that for another day because this is so much fun to play with. So we've got everything going here. We've got onion, we have bell pepper, we have some chilies in way of serrano and in a habanero. The onion, of course, is going to have its own flavor, and I want those to calm down a little bit. So if this is kind of it's supposed to be a yellow onion. It's actually crossed between a white and a yellow, so it's going to need a little more time to set up to take some of those harsh tones off of that.
Okay.
Now, while that's just going to cure for us, and we have some that we made up before, we can marry those together just like that.
Cool.
And that's going to sit off to the side. And while we're doing that, we are going to work on our mussels. So these are green lip mussels. Something you've had before?
No.
Again,
They're gorgeous color.
A new experience for Jaclyn. This is cool today.
Yeah.
So, flame on our induction, a little extra virgin olive oil because we use that to begin almost everything here. Let's take some garlic cloves and smash those guys down.
Okay. How many? A couple?
4, 5, 6.
Okay.
I like garlic. Garlic likes you. Hi, what you got?
People upstairs placing orders.
Sure. All right, we'll step aside for you. This will take just a few short moments. Any conch on that?
Ceviche and 2 Jimmy balls.
Perfect. Love it all. All right, so we're getting up to speed right here. The garlic's going to get smashed. It's going to go inside of here. And then I'm going to grab some oregano. So a healthy amount of oregano. And we're doing 5 to an order today, so these can just go inside. And our garlic's going to follow up. Take a little bit of the liquor here that's as well, the juice from these guys.
Ooh.
All right, time to get that garlic in there. Boom. I'm going to start it off this way and get a little speed going on this, a little bit of heat.
Oh, yeah.
And you can also, by the way, you can just take your knife and you can just kind of do that kind of a thing.
All right.
But you got to clean anyway. Yay. And I'm going to take then this and put this on top. Now, there's not a lot of fluid here, just a little bit from that extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to take some white wine and get that into the flow as well. So, let me grab a bottle of something white and open. Thank you. So in this case, our white and open is going to be a Prosecco.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Just going to let that steam up like that.
Steamy.
Mm-hmm. And these are almost ready to go right now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that quick, that easy. So let's go back to our conch for just a moment, and
Okay.
I want to have something else on that plate. So what we're going to do, and again, you can do anything. The recent movement in the Bahamas is to get things like mango and pineapple in there as well, but the original conch is just as you see it here.
The OG.
Uh-huh. Hold that, please. All right. Well, now this is also yours. Let's get a nice presentation. Okay. So like a mound right here, a little bit off center, so right here we can get some wakame. So it's going to be here, wakame is going to go there. Buddy, you going to start those balls in the oven for a minute, and I'll pick them back up here? Yes. Okay,
all right.
Perfect, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Cool. So nice
And
little,
just kind of
form it up like that.
Lovely.
Gonna serve some wakame, like maybe 2 forkfuls, kind of twist them right up there.
Okay.
And we're off to the races. Yep.
Trying to do your method, Bob. Looks so nice.
You're doing great.
All right.
So there we have
There
our
we are.
presentation. It's very simple. A little scorched conch, little wakame on the side. Nice, light meal any time of year.
Beautiful.
Took virtually no time to put together.
Yeah.
Delish. Thank you. All right, we'll put this on the side.
Awesome.
Come back to our mussels. The smells are extraordinary.
Smells amazing.
Smells amazing.
The wine really changes everything,
Mm-hmm. Doesn't it, though?
doesn't it? Usually does.
All right, Jaclyn, let's do a presentation here. So what I do is I would probably arrange these so that the abductor side, remember our abductor?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's all going to be in the center, pointing out.
Ooh. So I just kind of.
Yep, go for it. And then we'll take the, thank you. And then we'll take the a little sauce and kind of just drizzle that over the top.
All right.
So these are frequently just served as half shells as well, but the full shell is such a great presentation. So when they're available, we grab them this way.
Cute.
And then I take this.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
And we often serve this with some crostini as well, so you get a little bread to dip in there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that easy. So less than 5 minutes, it's done. Less than 5 minutes to conch, you're done. You're the star of the show. How perfect. All right, so we're gonna go eat these and let Maria finish up the live orders, and then we'll come back and do some shrimp.
All right.
Why not? So find a table,
Great.
and
Cheers.
and I'll find you.
All right.
Folks, back again at Shakers with Jaclyn in the kitchen, part of the Cooking with Blondes and the Flash in the Pan. So we're going to do a real simple little shrimp dish because, you know, why not? It's the holidays and nothing else. Another really fast thing to do. Today we're going to take some carrots as a counterpoint, and we all need our veggies. So these are like any carrots you can find in any store, anywhere. And I'm just going to cut these in a little bit of an oblique manner.
Nice.
So we could just do little coins or little circles, but I think there's so much more energy that comes off something like this. So,
Agreed.
while I'm preparing our pan, if you'd like to knock these two out, please have at it.
Continue.
So again, beginning just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil right here. And just because I can, I'm going to take a garlic clove, smash it a little bit, and toss that in there. I have a wild game dinner on the 21st of January. And I'm kind of thinking about asking you to come and cook with that.
Ooh,
What fun
that'd
you'd
be
have.
fun.
Why not?
I'll invite all my friends.
You
More
might
blondes.
may even still be talking to me afterwards. It's that much fun. All right, so we're just going to take these right now and toss these in our skillet. And we're going to salt them well.
Ooh.
Not too well, but salt them well.
All right. How's that?
That's good.
Well,
Well,
all right.
all right, so these guys take a little bit of time to cook. So we're up to getting up to speed right now. You can see we're sizzling right here. Just take it down a little bit. And I put a cover on that because they are dense, they're fibery, highly nutritious. While that's working away, another skillet right here. More of
Flame
the
on.
ubiquitous, it's everywhere, olive oil. I need some butter in here. So why don't you
Okay.
give us like maybe 2 tablespoons, you can use this.
Okay. This has got to be 1, right?
Yeah, sure, 1.5.
There we go.
Lovely. So I'm a big advocate of oregano for all sorts of things. These will have a little bit of a Mediterranean flair on them. Who doesn't love the Mediterranean? We're going to finish this up with some lemon as well, but right now we're just worried about these guys. So to bring out the flavor of this, more garlic. In this case, about 6 cloves. Smash them really good. Your hand, the knife, it doesn't matter. These shrimp are U10, and U10 means that they're under 10 per pound. So shrimp are always graded by the number per pound. U10, U15, 16 to 20, 25 to 30, whatever the case might be. So these would be considered to be Colossal shrimp, and these are from the Gulf of Mexico. The only shrimp that we use at Shakers are Gulf shrimp. And the reason is because probably 90+% of the shrimp brought to this country are from the Pacific Rim, and they spend their life, such as it is, in these large former oil tanks that they grow shrimp in, and they never clean them out. And so you got the shrimp that, yes, shrimp are bottom feeders anyway, but the shrimp in most situations are just swimming in their own filth. We don't do that. We use wild-caught shrimp. They cost a little more, but the flavor is extraordinary, and if nothing else, it's much healthier for you.
I didn't know that.
Garlic fingers, what fun. All right, so I've turned our speed down, our heat just a little bit, because I don't want this to burn. And that's another reason to have a combination of the butter and the extra virgin olive oil.
All right.
While that's happening, I'm just going to give these a little shaky shake. Yep,
In the pan.
please.
Ooh.
So now if that's there, I'll get just a little bit more speed on these. And you recall from a previous session, we're going to take these guys, we're going to stick them up in the
Yep,
edge, in
I
the
remember
radius.
that.
Perfect. All right. Don't be afraid, just get in there. It's only 325 degrees at this point. So we can do that, or if you want to have them standing up, you can do it that way. Either way is Marvy. You guys keep falling over like drunken
I know.
sailors. Why is that, Jaclyn?
There we are. You bent them. That's the trick.
Yep.
There
I
we
have my
are.
way with those shrimp.
Have my way with them.
They're all going to get knocked around at some point anyway, so it's all good.
But look at how nice that looks.
That looks extraordinary. Keep watching. Oh my gosh.
And then they
But the reason I start them that way, I want to get the flavor on the inside as well. So if you just lay them on their sides, you don't get this inside portion done.
Cool.
Wait.
Thank you.
All right, so a little higher. Let's turn those guys over. You notice that Jaclyn is working counterclockwise.
I don't know. You're questioning why I'm doing things that I don't even think about.
I don't know. It says something.
It's got-
Contrarian here or something. You want a little verve on these, or just go straight ahead with the garlic and the lemon? What do you want? A little chili? No, yes, no. No, yes.
Little chili.
Little chili.
Just a smidge.
All right, ma'am. So
All
how
right.
about a serrano, not an habanero? Thin little pieces.
How much we talking here?
Yeah, you're the one who wants them.
Good answer.
What the woman wants is what the woman gets. Okay. Nice
All
job,
right.
lady. Up to that point.
Up to that point.
Bad me. It's always good to have your handles faced off to the side a little bit so that doesn't happen. Good kitchen tip right there. Things not to do. No damage. So I turn these guys over again. We'll swap positions. Okay. So with your tongue,
Ooh, these look beautiful.
flip them over. We're getting there. And I'm just going to take, again, using my fingers. Use a spoon if you must. This is that lovely sugar that we get here at Shakers, and this is a coconut palm sugar with a very low glycemic value, which probably doesn't matter to most people, but I think it's a healthier option for you and has great flavors.
I love that. I went clockwise this time, Bob, just for you.
Well, you know, something about the spice of life.
What's that? Olive oil and butter?
Not even butter, just a little
Just
olive
olive
oil.
oil.
And the natural sugars come out from
Yeah.
the carrots.
Love it.
That's what's caramelizing. These guys are almost there. Again, we got about 4 minutes invested in this. So
Okay.
what I like to do is to cut this lemon now, which means I'd like you to cut the lemon.
Okay.
Yep, it's always good to use the claw thing as opposed to having your fingers out. I take
Yep.
these little nubbies off just because they're
Oh,
not
yeah.
going to press as well.
Good call. Here's one. And it goes this way, right?
Absolutely. And right on top, it's going to sputter for a moment. My God, does that smell good.
It smells fantastic.
Now, what we don't have is a little S&P, and I'll get that right now. A little
All right.
S&P. And let's get
Wow.
the second half in there, too.
All right.
Coolio.
Lovely.
We got options. We have options. We could do a larger plate,
Okay.
and we can take our lovely carrots at this point. Maybe a touch more salt. Whenever you use sugar, use a little bit of salt. Makes the medicine go down. These guys, I think what we're going to do is you can have, again, whatever creativity you want to employ. You could do one of these, one shrimp like this, and maybe take the
Ooh.
shrimp and have them facing in or out. What would you like? In or out, in or out, in or out.
I like it out like that, facing out.
Have at it.
Okay.
Now, if you had spring greens or something, almost any green in the center would be fantastic with this. Or the other carrots. It's all going to be just delish.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So there's no reason for any other sauce on here or anything because they've got
so much flavor.
all its goodness going on.
Oh yeah.
And if you wanted to use honey, a natural
Ooh.
honey would be fantastic with these carrots.
That's a good idea.
Let's what they pay me for.
Which way is this going?
I'm actually enjoying watching you do this because this is incredibly simple, but the first couple times you do it, you just kind of, it's a little
Your-
challenge because your mind is
Yeah.
thinking one way
Your
and yet
mind is-
you got to do something differently.
Yeah. I guess I can get these closer together. Here we are. Here we
We're
are.
doing like Stonehenge or something here, right? It's all.
Oh boy.
Well, it was the
Oh,
winter
my
solstice,
goodness.
so I guess they're just perfectly timed with that.
Heck yeah.
So crazy people, are they being affected more by the convergence? My answer is yes, by the way.
Probably.
So,
Yeah.
I'm not sure when you out there in TV land get to see this, but this is the week of the great convergence of of Jupiter and Saturn, the Christmas stars, and people really are kind of bonkers this week. I will tell you that.
Wow.
So, don't know what you're seeing, but
Oh yeah.
how do you decide which day is crazier than the other, right?
I
Just
see
one more to go.
craziness.
Where's he gonna go? That one more to go.
Oh, we're working on it.
You could even take this guy and like stick him in like this. Love to play with people's food.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if they're upright, that'd be a cool thing too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So again, myriad options. Just make it your own and just, you know.
Have fun with it.
There you go.
Look at that.
I love it. So what I would do is I would take all of these and stick them right
Yeah.
in your center.
Cool. Oh, with the glaze. Oh yeah. Look at how pretty that is.
That is pretty. I'm gonna take a little towel thing here and just address our plate a little bit. But we got all this lovely goodness right here.
Ooh.
So why not just get a little more of that on our perimeter? Man, oregano, lemon, the butter. All right, lady, find a table. We'll film eating.
That is awesome. All right.
And again, it took no time at all. Those of you at home, I hope you enjoy this, and there's so much more coming. And as long as Jaclyn keeps showing up, we'll keep cooking. But simple shrimp, candied carrots, a lot of fun. Enjoy. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.